Hello, and welcome to the 8th episode of XCOM Enemy Unknown. We're en route to an abduction site in Sydney, Australia. This mission will see a number of firsts. We now have 5 squad members. 3 of them are packing state-of-the-art laser rifles. The Fave has been outfitted with a med kit that can be used if needed. And Romero now has the benefit of a scope. The XCOMers can only hope that all of this translates into success on the battlefield, and we'll have a ringside seat to see if it does.
This is a disturbing sight, to say the least. It's hard to differentiate where the organic material ends and the machine begins.
It's not going to win any beauty contests, that's for sure.
The soldiers typically have to spend a good bit of time searching before they find any aliens, but not today. I believe Henry's plan was to work his way up to the building to see if any were inside. But it turns out he doesn't need to look very far at all to find danger. Marino goes on Overwatch behind full cover, and the rookie Green does the same thing. They're going to try to provide cover fire for Henry, who's stuck out there behind half cover. Now, LaFave considers doing the same thing, but instead, she's going to throw a smoke grenade to help provide an extra boost of defense. And hopefully that will keep Henry safe until he can move to a better position. And needless to say, he hunkers down, so they've done pretty much everything they can to keep him safe. And this is bad news. Before the first shot is even fired, 2 more sectoids hit the scene. Wow, how is that even possible? And Henry panics. He does manage to take one of them down. That's something. But it's just shocking to have seen the soldiers do literally everything they could possibly do to keep Henry alive until he could move out. And it just did no good whatsoever. Well, the remaining soldiers still have a job to do, so let's focus on that. The Fave does not have a line of sight on any of the targets, so she is planning to move up in hopes of getting one. And she's going to take reaction fire here. But it's a clean miss. Well, thank goodness. That would have been catastrophic if they'd have lost her right now as well. Looks like she has a clean flanking shot, and she is going to take it. And she puts him down. So that's both of the floaters out of the way. They do still have the sectoids, and of course any aliens that they have just yet to find. Romero also doesn't have a line of sight on anything, and she's moved up but still does not have one. And neither does Green, so kind of a disturbing trend. Really, none of them have a good angle of view here so far. The Fave is being targeted again, but that was not close. At least now they can see a couple of the sectoids and have a chance to either get a shot off or move to a position that might give them a better chance here in the near future. It looks like Green is the only one with a real chance to do something here, and sure enough, he has an excellent flanking shot. Good man. Romero does not have a high percentage shot, but she's shooting from a safe position, but just misses. Marino doesn't have either a good shot or a chance to throw a frag grenade, so not really much he can do except wait for a better opportunity. The squad does not want this to devolve into a stalemate, so Green is going to move forward in the hopes that he can get another flanking shot. Now, this certainly isn't it, but if he can move forward a little bit more in a couple of minutes, he might make something happen. Now, Romero has shifted her position, and she will have a better shot next turn. She is getting a little close, though, and hopefully that does not come back to haunt her. Uh-oh. And Romero is being targeted, and she's hit. And she's panicking. So she's wounded, but she is alive. Now the thing is, because she's panicking, they're not going to be able to easily move her. They must kill this sectoid up front right now. But Lefebvre cannot pull it off. Marino did not really have a shot with the rifle, and he's just out of range with the frag grenade. So as unappealing as it is to use a rocket for a lone sectoid, that is exactly what he's prepared to do to make sure Romero lives through the next couple of minutes. And I think that did the trick. This is definitely turning into a real firefight, and Marino is fortunate that nothing worse happened to him. Romero has a very solid shot at this sectoid, but can't quite do it. Well, I'm just glad to see that she at least did not let the panic keep a grip on her. Green does not really have a shot, so he's going to move forward and try and get a 2-for-1 with this grenade. Sweeter than candy. And I guess you could have just about predicted that no sooner would things calm down than another pair of aliens would show their ugly faces.
You hear that? Cover my flank! They're trying to flank us!
This could be an awkward engagement. Both of these sectoids are behind pretty darn solid full cover, and it's at an awkward angle. But that said, this is what the soldiers are trained to do, so we'll see how they approach it. LaFave did not get a chance to reload her weapon before these two surprised and flanked her. So she is over there right up front and center with exactly one shot left and has got to pick her spot to make it count. It's pretty easy to see already none of the soldiers are in a good firing position, and it's not immediately obvious how they're even going to improve that situation. So for now, they will continue to hunker down and protect themselves. Green appears to be trying to work his way up here on the left-hand side in hopes of perhaps getting a flanking shot on that one sectoid that's peeked out from the front of the truck a couple of times. And we'll see how that works out for him. And apparently Marino thinks it's a pretty decent idea because he's going up to join him. Looks like Romero is tired of not having a shot from behind that pillar, so she's trying to improve her angle. Green has a flanking shot, and it's not a bad one. But he's high and right. They have to be at least a little bit concerned about Green at this point. He is sitting behind half cover, and this alien could go. Ooh, well, I guess we don't have to worry about that alien after all. Appears that while Green's shot missed, it ignited the engine. So in a way, he killed that alien after all.
Everything by the numbers.
And Romero puts the final one down for the count. And so the squad heads home. It was not a perfect mission, but unlike some of the other deaths, I don't think you can point the finger of blame when it comes to this one. As expected, panic has indeed erupted in Germany and in Russia. There are promotions all around. LaFave will receive extra training on how to use a medikit, so she'll get more mileage out of each one. And perhaps not too shockingly, Romero will spend more time on the practice range, learning how to shoot the weapon her opponent is holding to disable it. Marino, meanwhile, has learned how to shoot twice as fast as before. No mean feat. And the rookie fills a role that they desperately need taken care of. We now have our new assault class. And while they did both recover things at the scene and get a reward for going, that did not prepare them for what would happen just hours later.
Reports from around the globe indicate a shift in the alien phenomena now affecting cities worldwide. We're now receiving word of outright attack.
This time, it's different. This isn't about abductions. For some reasons, the aliens have decided to strike as much pure terror into humanity as they can. and it's up to the men and women of XCOM to go and stop it. I'm sure the commander wishes that Romero had had a chance to heal up before this happened. A good sniper would have been very useful, but he's got what he's got, and so he organizes them as best he can. He did purchase a new laser rifle so that as many as possible would have the more powerful weapons. And along with a new set of uniforms, they are ready to go. That's all for this time. Thank you for watching, and please tune in next time when we'll travel to Marseille, France, hopefully to stop the alien terror attack.
Civilian casualties.